Hey Habs fans, thanks for clicking that thumbnail. Welcome to Talking Habs. And we're going to review the game last night between Montreal Canadiens and the Calgary Flames. In Montreal, it was a 2-0 loss for Montreal. The second goal was an empty net goal at the end of the game. So basically it was a 1-0 game. I'm going to tell you all about it, everything that happened. As much as I can, and we'll go through the stats and all that. And I got some updates on Josh Anderson. I'll tell you about the hit on KK, and yeah, we'll get right to it. Before we do that, if you are new to the channel, you're a Habs fan like me, and you want to see more Habs content, please subscribe and ring that notifications bell. That's going to get you your daily fix of Blue Blanc Rouge right here at Talking Habs. Plus, if you have any comments, please leave a comment in the comment section. And if you're liking the video, give it a thumbs up. Let's get to all this stuff on the board. So it was a 2-0 win for the Flames. Like I said, it was an empty net goal at the end of the game for the second goal. So it was basically a 1-0 game all the way through. Montreal was not outplayed and not this and not dominated. This was a very close, tight game by two really good teams. Calgary needed a win. They played like they needed a win, and they got it, just barely, but they got it. And Montreal did not play that bad, so I don't know if anybody's thinking, oh, Montreal lost, it's over, it's over. It's not. It's just a loss, first regulation loss of the season, and there's nothing really to read into it. There's other things that happened in the game that we'll talk about that might be upsetting, but the loss is not that upsetting because it's just a loss. They ran into a hot goalie. Jacob Markstrom was hot. So was Jake Allen, but Jacob Markstrom was just that much, just a little bit hotter. That's what it is. I wrote it here. It was a tale of two hot goalies. One goalie was one save better. Proof right here. Allen, 31 of 32 shots saved. Markstrom, 37 saves on 37. It's just that one shot difference. That's all it was. And it was a power play goal. First period, 3:34 in. Johnny Gaudreau from the right side of the net. He gets the puck at the bottom of the circle. He basically corrals it and sets up his shot and beats Allen over his shoulder. I wouldn't really blame Allen. Maybe he could have had that one, but just one goal on the power play. That's the difference in the game. I'm not blaming Allen here. Second period, obviously no scoring. Third period, 19:28, the empty netter by Backlund, his second from Lindholm. The Gaudreau goal was his fifth from Lindholm and Tkachuk, and that's the scoring in the game. Now, Montreal outshot Calgary 37-33. Faceoffs, 48% for Montreal, 52 for Calgary. 0 for 5 on the power play for Montreal, 1 for 6 on the power play for Calgary. So the PK unit was pretty good. They gave up one goal, but on 6 attempts, that's pretty good. And the power play unit just didn't get anything going. Having 5 power play attempts, I mean, they should have got one, but they couldn't get anything past Markstrom. Markstrom was hot last night, and you kind of saw it early on. My podcast partner, Jeff, he called it in the live stream, like in the first period, that Markstrom's going to not get beat tonight. He's a goalie guy. Whatever he saw, he knew Markstrom was just not going to get beat last night, and that's it. That's what happened. Now, let's go 3 stars. Johnny Gaudreau for his goal, because there wasn't a lot of offense. There wasn't a lot of that kind of stuff happening. It was a lot of back and forth. The pace was okay. But, you know, I found the beginning of the game, other than that goal and up until the hit on KK, was kind of boring. So it wasn't a great, exciting game. Allen gets the second star, and Markstrom gets the first star in this goalie battle. And that's how it should be. Those are the official 3 stars. I didn't make these up now. At 12:47, Dylan Dubé comes in from behind the net. All along behind the net, skates up to KK, who is not in a confrontation, but fighting for the puck with another Calgary player here. He gets the puck, and as he turns to go around the net or do what he's going to do, because he's right at the net, as he's turning like that, and I heard a lot of people say he could have avoided. He didn't protect himself. He got the puck and started to turn. He had no time to even know there was a guy there to protect himself. And he was lifting his head as he's turning, and he gets hit with an elbow right in the head. And I don't care what anybody wants to say. The rule is got to be more than 50% of the head that it's contacted. It was direct to the head, and that's what I saw. Ben Sherratt, who was feet away from it, said the same thing. from his point of view, it was a direct shot to the head. There was no penalty on the play. The only penalty was called on Weber, who went after Dubé a little bit and got called for roughing. So KK gets hit in the head, clearly, and sure, he walked away, skated off the ice on his own, and everything looked fine. And Weber gets the penalty for roughing on this guy. If Weber was going to get a penalty for it, and I was Weber, I would have beat the shit out of this guy. And I don't know why that didn't happen. I don't get it. These are big guys. They're tough guys. That happens to one of your teammates. In the old days, when that guy was going to be fighting for sure. And if not right there, he's going to get it later in the game. Didn't happen. So there was no penalty. There was a roughing call. Oh, I put on Dubé, a roughing call on Weber. Should have been a roughing call on Dubé at the very least. So on Weber. And we don't know. Does KK have a concussion? Don't know. He didn't show it last night, but a lot of times with concussions like that, player's fine, goes to sleep, wakes up in the morning with all the concussion symptoms and all that. And so we'll find out today, I guess, or tomorrow, whether he's concussed or not, and out. So let's keep our fingers crossed that it's not. So far it's being determined as an unavoidable hit. So Dubé could not avoid hitting KK, but yes, he could have, because he went for the hit. So don't do that. It's avoidable. If they're saying he couldn't avoid hitting him in the head, I don't see how that's happening. It's not like KK was up and turned around and went down. His head was down and he turned like that coming up. That's what I saw. And he was hit on as he was getting his head up. So it was avoidable. To me, that was an avoidable hit. And something should have been done by it. It's not. They're not calling for a hearing. There's not going to be a suspension. Watch and see. And that's it. That's all. It's bullshit. Okay, moving on. Okay, so this was a close game, and it was close right to the end. Montreal, they started pouring it on the last few minutes, but so did Calgary. I mean, Calgary... okay, the last 3 minutes, whatever, the goalie was pulled. That's not. But Calgary, every time Montreal got something going, Calgary got something going as well. It was a very close game, back and forth type of game, and that's how it turned out. Suzuki's point per game streak came to an end at 7 games. He was tied with Andrei Markov for points at the beginning of the season every game. So he had 1 point in every game of the first 7 games. Markov did the same thing. They were the only two in the last 32 years. And the last one 32 years ago was Bobby Smith, and that's gone. That came to an end. Josh Anderson, he left the game after playing only 6 minutes in the first period, I believe, and everyone was worried that it's COVID or he got injured in his shoulder. They said he had flu-like symptoms and that they tested him for COVID. First test was negative. They needed to test him today. And if that came out negative, everything would be okay. And the good news is, came out negative. So Josh Anderson looks like he's suffering from food poisoning. Everything will be fine. His shoulders, nothing wrong with him physically other than flu-like symptoms that turned out so far after 2 tests to be negative. I imagine they'll be testing him tomorrow and the day after. They test these guys almost every day anyway. So it looks like Josh Anderson's going to be fine. That's the update. Second test negative, diagnosis, food poisoning. Last issue. Victor Mete apparently after the game asked for a trade. And it's not clear if he did or he didn't. What I mean by that is his agent, Darren Farris, has come out to say that there seems to be no room for Mete. He's not going to get any ice time, and it's time to move on. I'm paraphrasing. And then when Marc Bergevin was asked about it, he said, well, the quote I saw was, "That's a lie, and no, it's not happening." So in other words, he's saying, they didn't ask me, and anyways, I'm not trading Mete. So is it an ask or not, or did the agent just put it out on social media and ask in that way? This was the ask. And blah, 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 blah. That's saying we want to be traded. Bergevin basically said, no, we're not trading him. Will he or will he not? I don't know. But that's what's up now. Should Victor Mete be traded? His value is pretty low. I don't know what you're going to get back for him, but a draft choice. And then he's a valuable guy to have around. He's got some experience. He's speedy as hell. He can skate. He's great on, I think, exits and entries. I mean, he's got value, but really his trade value is like nil pretty much right now. You're going to get 4th, 5th round pick maybe for him. I don't see getting any better than that. So I don't think they're going to trade him. Bergevin basically said no already. So I don't know if that means, no, I'm not going to tell you what I'm doing, but we'll find out soon. So Victor Mete apparently asking to be traded. His agent is Darren Ferris, same agent that Max Domi has, same agent that Josh Anderson has. And in yesterday's game for Calgary, Sam Bennett also at the end of the game, or maybe beginning, came out that he also wants to be traded. Same agent, Darren Ferris. So he's a guy that likes to negotiate through the media, and I have a feeling that's what he's going to do. And he didn't actually ask Bergevin to trade Mete, and he was asking through the media, and he'll probably continue to do that. So Victor Mete, don't know what's up with him. That's it. I don't know what else to say about the game. It was an interesting game. It wasn't an overly exciting game. Habs picked it up, though, after the KK hit anyway. They kind of, I don't know how to describe it. They just weren't playing well, and then they were. And they picked it up and started playing better. And, yeah, so I don't necessarily see this game as, well, Calgary came in and they kicked Montreal's ass. They didn't. They narrowly beat Montreal on the back of a very hot goaltender. So does that make Montreal not as good as it looks like they were? No. Montreal's still on track. It's just a loss. That's it. That's all. They move on to play 2 against Vancouver Monday and Tuesday. That's tomorrow and Tuesday. And then 2 games against Ottawa on Thursday and Saturday. And the Thursday game will be in the retro reverse jerseys, so you might want to check that out. And I guess that's it. Nothing else to say about the bullshit calls. And it's just a loss. I'm not going to read anything into it. That's it. This is my review. If you like it, give a thumbs up. If you have any comments, you don't agree with me, or you agree with me, let me know in the comment section. And if you are new to the channel or you haven't subscribed yet, please do that. Subscribe, ring the notifications bell. That'll get you your daily fix of Blue, Blanc, Rouge right here talking Habs. Thanks for watching, everybody. I super appreciate that. Peace out, y'all. See you next video. Bye, everybody. By the way, live stream Monday, Tuesday, 6:35 for each game. See you then. Bye.